First video we finna go ahead and react to is Ryan parents lost everything. You feel me? I don't know what's been going on with Ryan. I know y'all know Ryan, the kid YouTuber who used to go around. The kid YouTuber who used to go around reviewing toys and got super famous, started creating his own toy, he had his own movie, everything like that, man. And everybody was saying basically his parents was taking advantage of him, his little sisters, the twins, and stuff like that. I haven't been keeping up with him. I don't know what's going on. Popped up on my algorithm. So, we finna see what's going on. You feel me? Real unbiased opinion. Finna just go ahead and react to that. Hopefully, I got everything already set up. Okay, yeah, man. We've been gone for a minute, but we still good. We still good. Alright, man. Let's get into it.
Ryan Kudji's parents didn't just fumble the bag. They lit it on fire, served it as a side dish, and then asked for second. We're talking about Shion and Luan Kudji, the masterminds behind Ryan's World, who turned their toddler into a walking ATM and are now watching their empire crumble faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. And honestly, it's about time. So let me paint you a picture of how we got here. Back in 2015, these two decided their 3-year-old opening toy boxes was peak entertainment. Fast forward a few years, and Ryan becomes the highest paid YouTuber on the planet, raking in over 20
Hold on, boy. 2 billion views is crazy,
years,
bro.
and Ryan becomes
2 billion views, 1.1 billion. That's kind of crazy.
becomes
right
the
there.
highest paid
That's
YouTuber
wow.
on the planet, raking in over $20 million annually. Not bad for a kid who can barely tie his shoelaces, right? But here's where it gets interesting. While Ryan was busy being a human cash cow, his parents were busy being, well, his parents turned managers, turned exploiters, turned whatever you call people who profit off their child's childhood. And so the Kudjis quit their actual jobs. Luan was a chemistry teacher, Shion was an engineer, to become full-time Ryan's World content farmers.
Dang, that's some crazy jobs to have as parents. One is a chemistry teacher, one is an engineer. Then they just quit it to become YouTubers. That's some decent paying jobs, for real, for real. You feel me? I understand that nobody want to work a 9 to 5, but sheesh. That's some good paying jobs. They'll be alright. I kind of felt bad for them, but nah, they'll be alright.
They hired a 30-person production team, incorporated Sunlight Entertainment, and basically turned their house into a content factory with Ryan as the star employee. Except here's where the water gets murky, because Ryan wasn't necessarily in a position to negotiate contracts or ask for bathroom breaks. But that didn't matter to his parents, because by 2019, Ryan's face was plastered on everything from Walmart toys to Colgate toothpaste.
For
the kid
real.
had his own Macy's parade balloon as Red Titan. Not to mention, they built a $1 billion brand on shoulders that were still growing. But even back then, people were side-eyeing this whole operation harder than a suspicious TikTok dance trend. Now, because of this, critics weren't just throwing shade. They were launching full solar eclipses. The FTC launched an investigation because apparently turning your living room into a 24/7 advertisement disguised as playtime raises some eyebrow. Who would have thought, right? And so consumer advocates accused them of deceiving.
How y'all gonna tell me what to do with my living room? For real, like, bro, if I want to turn my living room to a studio, I can turn my living room to a studio. My kid like to play with toys. You just videoing it and monetizing it. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, if you making him, forcing him, if he don't want to do it, then that's something different. But for a kid to have a job trying new toys and playing with it and get paid for it, sound like a dream job to me. I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know.
Millions of kids with ads that look like regular content. It's almost like preschoolers can't tell the difference between Ryan loves this toy and Ryan's getting paid to love this toy. The family even had to rebrand from Ryan's Toys Review to Ryan's World to make it sound less commercial. That's like calling a casino a fun money adventure center. Same energy, different packaging. But the sponsored content kept flowing because apparently ethics don't pay the bills like overworking Ryan does. And speaking of that, let's talk numbers. Ryan was filming up to 25 segments every week across multiple channels. 25! That's more content than most adult YouTubers produce in months. And
For
this
real.
kid was still learning
Sheesh.
multiplication table. Every aspect of his life became monetized entertainment. Family vlogs, science experiments, daily routines. The boy couldn't brush his teeth without it becoming content. And the worst part is that no laws protected Ryan's earnings the way they protect child actors in Hollywood. All all that money legally belonged to mommy and daddy. So
Dang.
while Ryan was out here being the family breadwinner, his parents were the ones holding the bread and the butter and probably the entire grocery store. But karma...
Okay. I'm not finna pause y'all to death, but the only thing I say about this is if your parents is the one investing all the money, all the time, doing all the editing, buying all the toys and stuff like that, they do deserve to, not necessarily keep all the money, but they do deserve a large portion of the money, you feel me? You're basically the talent, and they're the producers, the editors, the everything, you feel me? And your parents keyword should have your best interests at heart. So they should control the money, but you feel me? They definitely should have a separate account for him to be able to spend, you feel me, invest, do whatever he want to do. I don't care if it's 10, 20%. Let the kid have some money to do what he want to do, especially, you feel me, since he been working since a kid. Now he look like he's a teenager. You definitely shouldn't be hogging all the money. You definitely got to give him some of his money and let him, do some stuff with his money. Unless they doing something important, investing it, you feel me, putting it away, putting it in the trust fund, then that'll make sense. But if they just bullshitting with it and taking gambles and living life luxury, then that's a whole totally different story, bro.
Karma doesn't forget addresses, and it definitely doesn't skip YouTube channels. Because fast forward to today, and the Kaji empire is collapsing harder than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Remember when Ryan's World was pulling in over 1 billion views per video? Those days are deader than flip phones. New videos now struggle to break 100,000 views. We're
Damn.
talking about a 70% drop in viewership, which for a channel of this size, that's not a decline. That's a free fall with no parachute. Now,
For sure.
the reasons are both obvious and satisfying. Ryan grew up, and so did his audience. The 5-year-olds who used to worship him are now preteens who think the same content his parents are forcing him to make is, well, cringe. Meanwhile,
That's cap. My kids still love them. They still watch the old videos, old cartoons, and still play the video games.
new toddlers aren't interested in watching a teenager pretend to be excited about toys. It's kind of like watching your older brother play with action figures. It's just awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. But wait, it gets even worse for Ryan's parents. YouTube has since
Damn, I want
changed
some
its
cereal.
algorithm after the Copa crackdown, and suddenly channels featuring kids weren't getting the royal treatment anymore. The result, Luann herself admitted, they lost 70% of their income practically overnight. Again, 70%. That's not a pay cut, that's financial amputation. And just when you thought Ryan's parents couldn't dig themselves a deeper hole, they decided to make a movie called Ryan's World, the movie. Titan Universe
That was
Adventure.
big.
Sounds epic, right? Yeah, no. This cinematic masterpiece managed to gross a whopping $624,000
Damn.
against a $10 million budget. They lost nearly $9.5 million on what was essentially a very expensive home video.
See, that's when the parents they shouldn't control the money. Ooh, whoa. 10 million and only make 624,000. Unless it was good promo for all his other stuff, boy, that is crazy. Damn, parents dropped the ball.
Theaters were emptier than a Logan Paul apology, and by the third weekend, indie films nobody had heard of were outgrossing Ryan's Hollywood debut. The movie flopped so hard you could hear the echo in empty theaters, and honestly, it's poetic justice that the project, which was seen as a quick money grab by Ryan's parents, ended up accelerating their downfall instead. Because here's where the story gets really dark. As Ryan started showing signs of being over the whole YouTube thing, appearing tired, reluctant,
my boy.
speaking in flat tones like he'd rather be literally anywhere else, his parents made a move that would make even the greediest stage parents blush. They started pushing his younger twin sisters, Emma and Kate, into the spotlight. The girls, who are only 7 years old, now have their own animation series and are increasingly featured in family content. It's like watching someone finish draining one well and then immediately start digging another. The internet's reaction was absolute disgust. Comments like, Ryan made his parents $34 million and now they're exploiting his baby sisters, started flooding social media.
Yeah.
And so the public opinion shift has been brutal and well deserved. People are finally seeing the Kajis for what they always were. Two adults who monetized their children's innocence and called it family content. The fact that multiple states have rushed to pass kidfluencer laws requiring parents
But to be fair, you feel me? Every kid's dream is to be a YouTuber nowadays, to be a content creator nowadays. So are they really exploiting it, or are they giving their kids the advantage of chasing their dreams that they already go want to do regardless? You feel me? Everybody want to be a Ryan. Everybody want to be. You feel me? Like that's what my kids want to do. I don't know about y'all's.
Parents to set aside earnings for their children is basically society admitting the Kaji model was exploitation all along. Even recent interviews with the family have been particularly telling. When Ryan appeared on a podcast, viewers noticed how uncomfortable he looked, how little he spoke, and how his parents did most of the talking. Comments poured in predicting a future Netflix documentary about how his parents robbed him blind. People are literally counting down the years until Ryan turns 18 and can tell his real story. But as of now, the Kajis are desperately trying to keep their sinking ship afloat. They are recycling old footage of younger Ryan, using his face in thumbnails for videos he barely appears in, and pushing the twins harder than a Black Friday sale. But the writing's on the wall. By 2029 or 2030, when Ryan's 18 and the twins are 12, this whole operation will finally collapse under its own greed. And you know what? Good. The fall of Ryan's world isn't just karma, it's a cautionary tale about what happens when you build an empire on a child's back. The Kajis turned their son into the most famous kid on the internet, but in doing so, they also guaranteed their own downfall. They still have money, sure, they've got their Hawaiian mansion and product lines, but their golden goose is cooked, their reputation is in shambles, and their legacy will forever be those parents who used their kid for YouTube fame. The gravy train has officially derailed, and honestly, it couldn't have happened to more deserving people. So here's to Ryan Kaji. May he finally get the normal teenage years he deserves. And here's to his parents. May they enjoy watching their empire crumble from the mansion their son's childhood bought them. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting karma do its job. And in this case, karma's working overtime. But let me know in the comments what you think about
W video. You feel me? How I feel about this situation is I definitely agree where they coming from, you feel me? Ryan gonna be good either way, bro. As soon as he turn 18 and able to do what he gotta do, everybody gonna know who Ryan is for forever, bro. Nobody done cracked 1 billion, 2 billion views just off of, you feel me, regular YouTube and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he gonna be able to go on a podcast run, media run, all kind of stuff. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be what it is.